Hi everybody, welcome to our new video. Today we're going to learn how to create a database for a roster. So maybe you have employees which you want to manage well, and this roster is going to help you on shifts. Employee A is going to be on 15 days night shift, 15 days, maybe 10 days day shift. Also you might say 2 days off, 5 days off, 6 days off. So we want to create something like that. So now what we need to do, first we need a database. So if we talk about the JavaScript part and all that, you can run this roster using PHP while you're preparing your JavaScript part. But the best thing you have to do is to design your database right. Once you have the database right, everything's gonna be right. So now we're gonna come to that, and we come here. On our database we need 3 tables for now, minimum of 3 tables. That's what my design is, and it depends on what you think and what your requirements are. So I created the employee tables. This is gonna be one of the primary tables into the roster. So now employee tables, we're gonna need the employee table. We're gonna need things like this: employee ID, first name, last name, email, job title, cell phone number, employee type. Employee type, it could be waiter, waitress, receptionist, you understand. When in a security company, it could be guard, it could be reaction team, all those things. But it's not necessarily that it's gonna mean the same as job title, you get me? But somehow in some instances they might seem to be the same. Okay, we have address, initials, active. We can see if the employee is active, if he was maybe fired or something like that. Employee number, then there is the employee number and the emp ID. So those are 2 different things. Okay, join date, cell number, picture, ID, gender, date of birth, and employee SSID. Okay, now once we're done with that, that's good. We're gonna get another table for sites. What are sites? Sites are clients where they are based. For instance, in this roster, we're focusing on making a roster which is going to help a security company. So security companies, they have sites. You say client A, McDonald's, which site? McDonald's. Then we say maybe CBD, or McDonald's Hillcrest, McDonald's Winchester, or McDonald's Newcastle. You can say, so those are sites. It could be one client, but you're gonna have sites. You understand? There are clients, and also you might have sites. One client might have 10 or 15 sites. He give them all to you, but so each and every employee has to be allocated to a different site during different shifts. So now we're gonna look for a table called sites, and you're gonna see what we have in there. So when you go here, we can go back and we look for the tables and say sites. Okay, we got these TBL sites. In the TBL sites, we're gonna have site ID, site name, site address, company ID, and also created by. So this is the company, which company is giving you that job, then site name and the address where the site is seated. So now then we're gonna come here and we look for another table, which is gonna be which table is that? It's going to be the one to assign, the table which is gonna allow you to assign jobs to people. So that's gonna be jobs. Okay, you can see it's called table assignment. So these are the assignment table where we're gonna assign people. So what's gonna be, so it's gonna have the assign ID, then we're gonna have the start time, end time, employee ID, site ID. You can see now we're gonna have 3 things now. once we capture or give somebody a site, that person, this is the table which gonna collect all that information. So the two tables we showed you in the beginning, they're gonna help us to collect data. So it's gonna help us, they're gonna help us to pick from data to put it here. So once we put here data, it simply means it's gonna be easier for us to put some information here in this employee in this assignment table. So the roster, even if you use JavaScript or PHP only, or whatever language you're gonna use, the roster need to have a table where it's gonna collect the site. For instance, employee ID 1 is gonna be site ID. Which site is it gonna be to? So the site ID, once we query other tables using the inner join, it's gonna collect all the information about the site, and we're gonna know what's going on. Let me see if I have something small here. It's gonna be localhost, then we're gonna say 6. Okay, not that one. It'll be localhost. Localhost. Then it's gonna be okay. That's what we're gonna use, and we're gonna say CO. Then we go log in. Once we log in here, they see this thing doesn't work. There is a reason why it doesn't work. We go here and we go to employees. Okay, register employees. This is right. Create subject, which were okay. This we create sites. Okay, we can go back and we see view site administrator, expenses, employees. No guys, unfortunately we don't have that. I wanted to register. Okay, we can register employee if you want to, but that's not the case. There is a way we have to create a job. We assign that job to this table. So that is the logic here, that other two tables, they keep the information which we're going to keep here. So that information is the ID for the site and also the ID for the employee. So now the first ID here is going to be the ID for the task. So you're going to put the start time and the end time. Start time and the end time. Also we can put shift type. Shift type is going to tell us, is it night shift or day shift? You understand? So let me add something on that table, which is going to be, we go structure and add one, which is going to be shift type. No, we're not making it unique. I'm sorry, I made a mistake there. So we're going to say shift type. Okay, we get shift type and we can call it VARCHAR. Then we make it maybe 20 because it's gonna be shift, day shift or night shift. We're gonna do it like maybe get it 50. Okay, after that we save. Okay, after saving, now we know that it's gonna tell us the shift type. We say shift type is gonna be night shift or day shift. So once we have that in our mind, we will know that okay, this is good. We can proceed with other things, you get me? But anyway, this is the logic I wanted to show you behind the roster. A roster must have at least 3 tables: the sites which a person is gonna be, and also especially when you want to do a roster for security, for a security company, then you're gonna get allocation. You're gonna get your employees. Those are the employees you're going to assign to the jobs, to the sites. So then you need the site. Sites are exact places where you're going to locate these guards, you understand? So if you have that in place, it's easier then to step in and say, let me write a PHP script which gonna be also upgraded to a JavaScript interface, which is going to help to select a roster. There are very good rosters around, and I've seen some of the codes to pay. You have to buy license and stuff, but if you're a programmer, you have to find your way to write your own roster. It won't be 100% in the beginning, but when time goes in, it's gonna be fine. So I'm going to also write one since I'm done with the database, and if I'm done, I'm gonna send you, or I'm gonna do a video to show you how it went, and maybe I might share some of the codes with you. So I guess you know how to write or to do what they call a relation database, which gonna help you to do what, to combine these tables to have a link or to have a relationship. So yeah guys, that's the end of our tutorial. I hope this helps, and wait for the next video. It won't be the next one, but I'm saying wait for the video where I'm going to create the roster, and also you will enjoy that, and I might also share the code as I've promised. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.